The WZ-122 is one of the most powerful tier 8 heavies, but there is a tank called the Object-252u, which is one of the most powerful Soviet heavies. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to be telling you which tank is better and which tank you need to get your hands on as soon as possible. Now, since most people really want to get their hands on the WZ-122-2 because it didn't come in the auctions, I'm going to be doing a review on this one first, and then we'll go to the Object-252u, and then we compare them and I'm going to tell you which one is better in my opinion. So, well, let's just get started. What's the pros and cons about this tank? Well, the WZ-112 it gives you a very good armor profile. I do believe it's sitting at, well, it is 140 millimeters sloped, and it's sitting at, I would say, 260 millimeters, 280 millimeters of effective thickness on your upper plate. Now, I do want to say this, the Object-252u does have a stronger upper plate than this, so tier 9s using their normal AP shell, it's like an E75, will be able to penetrate your upper plate, but that's tier 9, you don't have to worry when you're top tier. So, the dispersion values, the gun is very... I actually like the gun on this thing. It's not as bad as a lot of people say. In medium range, I do often find myself getting a lot of those shells in, but in far range, yes, you will miss a lot of your shots. But in medium range, this gun's pretty accurate, so I'm not really going to spit on the gun that much. So you've got really good armor profile with this tank, you've got a really good gun, and mobility is probably good as well. Let's take a look here. 42 forward, yeah, you've got a really good mobility, so... is this tank overpowered? Well, let's just jump into a battle, guys, and we'll see how we perform. You could say, well, what does the WZ-1112 have over the Object-252u? In my opinion, it offers a stronger bottom plate, and if you're not using gold shell against this tank, I think the armor is more reliable than the WZ-111-2. And how do you want to play it? Well, you can play aggressive in this tank. We are bottom tier, so we can't play fully aggressive because they do have an Emil too. But you still can play that aggressive playstyle in this tank. I mean, you've got the armor to do so. You've got one of the best turret armors tier for tier, in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can stick a shell onto this TP. Couldn't quite get the shot off there, as you'll see. The accuracy can work. We was moving though, so I'm not quite surprised why that did not hit. Gonna back up there. Lovely shot onto that 53 TP. Unfortunately, my team's not really being useful because they're not taking out that lovely bounce, and lovely shot onto that 53 TP again. Gonna back up a little bit, and yeah. So by that now the 53 TP is brought to a half health. There's an IS-5 pushing onto our spawn, which I don't like to see, but teams could have to deal with that. And as you'll see there, the heat's pretty beautiful in this thing as well. You do have a really good heat pen, so we're going to use that to penetrate that AT. And another bounce. As you can see, the armor profile is absolutely perfect in this thing. I probably do bounce more shells in a WZ than I would in an Object-252u. But you still can't get penned. Like, he's going to pen me right now. Yeah, as you can see there, he's going to pen me because he saw my bottom plate. But you can angle that bottom plate to go into 200 millimeters, so it's pretty effective against those tier 7s. Lovely shell. Going to side scrape a little bit. Will he bounce us? Ooh, come on. Oh, he doesn't want to go for us. And goodbye, 53 TP. And there goes 53 TP. As you'll see, he bounced me again. So the armor profile is really good on this tank. It's very effective when it really does want to work. And as I said, against those high penning tanks, I'm going to try and show you here, actually. I'm going to let this AT-15 try and show you. Oh, actually, no, he bounced my upper plate somehow. Just what you want to do is, to make sure your upper plate is strong, you want to angle this tank, guys. You want to angle, because you can side scrape in this thing. It's actually a really good side scraper. And so what you want to do is, when you're close to an enemy, if you're going to go face hug, angle the hull. You need to angle the hull, otherwise your upper plate can be penned quite easily. So you need to angle that hull. That was a bad shot from me there. So I could have cleared that T-54, but I really couldn't, because he was going to escape anyway. So we're going to try and get another shot onto this T-54. It doesn't look like it wants to play with us, so yeah, we're going to see if we can. Yeah, he's way too fast. I'm probably not going to attempt that, but you know what? We don't have the worst of speeds. Now, I just realized my team has not got a lot of health, so this is going to probably be a 2-on-2, I believe. So we're going to try and go for the standard B. And as you'll see here, it's a 2-on-2 because my team is completely useless. As always, though, Blitz needs to change the matchmaker. Okay, here we go. Oh, I couldn't get the shot off there. Gun depression is not the best, but that's the Chinese tank. I always say gun depression matters on a tank. If you haven't got gun depression, you haven't got a tank. That's what my opinion is, though. You can't have a tank without having gun depression. That's very vital to having your tank. We're going to go for this T-54. Lovely shot right there. Standard B's going to push. That's a no-brainer right there. Really no-brainer. But you know what? E75, an amazing player. I think he's being sarcastic. But yeah, there we go. He actually got the kill. So, well, GG E75, you're useful for once. But yeah, as you can see, the WZ-122 is absolutely amazing. It can be an overpowered tank top tier. Even bottom tier as well, it can still be a beast. So, yeah, that is the WZ-122, and now we go on to the WZ-122-2. The WZ-122-2, it's famous for its armor profile. It's famous for its gun. It's famous for being possibly a broken tank. Well, in this, we're going to jump into the game, and we're going to see if that's true. But before we do, let's just talk about the stats first, and let's talk about the armor profile and compare it to a little bit to the WZ with its armor. So the armor profile on the upper plate is way stronger than it is in the WZ. I mean, just look at the angle of the WZ-252u's upper plate. You're not going to penetrate that. Even in the ISU, of the BL-10 cannot penetrate its upper plate unless it's at an angle like this. Yes, you can pen it. But if it's like this, yeah, you can't pen that upper plate at all. No matter what tank you're in, that upper plate is, you can't pen. You just can't. In side scrape as well, this tank is one of the most strongest tanks in side scrape tier for tier. You can't penetrate this thing in side scrape. Yes, you have the pullers, but they're not easy to hit in my opinion. So you've got a really solid armor profile. And in side scrape, you are actually more armored than the WZ. The gun is actually one of the only guns in this tier that offers the 420 alpha. Fair enough, you have the 53 TP that offers that 420 alpha. But the WZ-252 is more reliable, in my opinion, because it has a better armor profile. And also, the accuracy's got buffed. I don't know why Wargaming decided to buff the accuracy, but it got buffed anyways. But yeah, I mean, you've got a really solid gun. You can hit those shots. But really, guys, do not snipe in this tank. Please don't snipe in this tank. So you've got a really solid gun, a really good armor profile. And let's talk about the mobility. It's not as good as the WZ. Not as good. Only sitting at 35 and the reverse 14. So you haven't got much. And the gun depression is sitting at 6 degrees. I think that's a little bit more than the WZ. I'm not. It could be the same, actually. I think it is the same. But without further ado, guys, let's jump into a game. Top tier on, what's the map called again? Dead Rail? Yeah, Dead Rail. It's not one of the best maps for this tank, because you can't really get in that side scrape position, but we're going to try. We are going to try. I was actually hoping to be bottom tier, because I want to show you guys how this tank can perform bottom tier, because it can brawl against those tier 9s with the alpha and with its armor. So, how do you want to play this tank? Well, you want to go into side scrape position. You want to see if you can find that side scrape position with this thing. You also want to go aggressive as well. You have the armor, you have the alpha to go aggressive. So that's what you want to do, guys. So we're going to push this VK. Load an AP if we can. Oh, no, the VK wants to block me, that's fine. So we're going to see if we can penetrate this Tiger 2. Now, the Tiger 2 is an overpowered tank. So we're going to see if we can get that. Lovely shot onto this track wheel there. And we're going to back up a little bit. VK is going to be really aggressive there. I don't really agree, but let's see if we can get another shot anyways. 443 alpha, slapped right off the Tiger 2. And with that, we were probably sitting at nearly almost a K damage, which is pretty nice. And this Tiger 2 is going to focus us. Yeah, you don't want to focus me, mate. I'm in side scrape. Lovely shot. And as you can see, the WZ-252 is really strong as well. However, my team is very, very bad, and I mean terrible. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can get. Oh, never mind. There goes the Tiger too, and his turret is on my tank. Okay, that's not gonna be good because I'm gonna be slow as a grandma, but that's not really good, is it? So lovely shot into that T-54A2 shark. That shark is ripping us apart, so I'm gonna see if I can focus him, because the shark is definitely overpowered. It's definitely broken. But yeah, so we're gonna see if we can go for this shark. He bounces us. And this turret is really slowing me down. I really don't like this turret on me. I wish Wargaming would make the corpses disappear, because this is exactly why. We're gonna keep focusing the shark though. I'm not gonna worry about that guy pushing on us. We're just gonna focus the shark. Couldn't get that penetration off, because we all know why I couldn't get that pen. And as you can see, this T-23 can't penetrate us at all. So that's what I'm going to take advantage of. I'm just going to focus him, because he's a way more deadly tank compared to what's on my back. Couldn't quite get the shot off there because that tank is broken hull down. And as you can see, my team is not helping me at all. So if they want to lose, then that's fine. Gonna see if we can get another shot. There we go. We are going to die now because, well, my team was that bad. But you know what? We tried. We actually had a decent game. And yeah, we did 2.6k blocks, so we haven't had one of the worst games. But as you can see, Severe camping in the bush, VK, God knows what he's doing. So yeah, this is the Blitz teams for you. And if I were Wargaming, I would change these teams, but it's Wargaming at the end of the day. They don't listen to you at all. So yeah, we had a decent game. I can't really complain. We had a very bad team, and despite the loss, we still did around... How much damage did we do? We definitely got 2.6k block damage, is quite a lot, but we did 2.1k damage with a terrible team. So that's a really good, a really decent game for us there. And yeah, 44% win rate, 49... Yeah, that's not good at all. That is terrible. And the best player was that VK, and he was terrible as well. Let's just see the enemy team. Yeah, they're all for... Yeah, 67. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, Wargaming. I think you need to change the matchmaking, because I don't know... Yes, we had... They had me on my team, but I'm not a unicum at this game. I'm decent, okay, guys? I'm not a good player. But yeah, anyways, so... If I would sum it up all for you, and which ones you need to get your hands on, I'm going to say the WZ-122-2. Now, I want to really clear up, guys. This is my opinion, and I'm going to go to my tanks right now and show you how I perform in each in both of them. I don't think win rate really does matter, though, because I don't think win rate is effective, because it's all team-based matchmaking, and it can be based on your team as well, so it shows you that you have had bad teams. But here we go. So my WZ is sitting at 62% win rate, my Object-252 at 64% win rate, sorry. And but the Object-252 has more games. So in my opinion, the WZ-122 is better than the Object-252. It offers better mobility. I think better guns sometimes. The gun on this thing can be way better than the Object-252. And it's more of a brawler in my opinion, because you don't have this big lower glacis sticking out. If I can find the... Yeah, see, look. It's really weak. It's got a really really weak lower glacis. So, yeah, WZ-112 is, my opinion, one of the strongest tier 8 tanks, of course, up with the Shark. But the Shark will always be the broken tank. So, if you're going to be asking, well, when's the WZ-112-2 going to come to the stores? Probably soon. I don't know yet. But as you'll see here, there is the Chinese tanks. I'm trying to think that you've got the Blaze and the WZ. What tank is that? There's too many WZs anyways. But yeah, as you'll see, they're going to come soon. This tank will come soon. I'm not so sure when, but it definitely will come in the upcoming month. 1 or 2 months or so. Something like that. But yeah. So, WZ wins this time, guys. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel and you really like the content, feel free to subscribe. So yeah, guys, it's going to be enough for today. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.